All right. Can you all hear me? Check, check. Microphone check. Try that again. All right. You guys might notice something missing tonight. And if you don't, it is what it is. Let's take a look, see what we got here. Trident, what up? Nickel, what up? A lot of chatting. Craig, aloha. Jamie, what up, Jamie? JK. Oh, that guy, what up? SSR, what up, bro? Welchco, welcome. Banana, eh? All right. Let's see here. We got 2.5 minutes. I like to kind of, it didn't work last time, but all of the other streams beforehand, since I started doing it, haven't gotten the copyright. So I usually just wait a few minutes. Hopefully, I guess the idea is, get YouTube off my ass. So I honestly don't pay any attention to the Brewers, Nickel. I don't pay any attention to sports except for now. I have to pay attention to football since I'm in the Stacker Fantasy Football League, which I totally forgot. I was going to do a sports segment. I was just going to steal something from Trident, but I forgot to. So don't worry, there's plenty to talk about. Oh, let's see here. Okay. No, my battery is at 100%. I'm just kind of going through the chat here. Okay. Well, it's been 4.5 minutes. Let's get into it.
appeals to the law against his fellow man is either a fool or a coward. Whoever cannot take care of himself without that law is first. For a wounded man shall say to his assailant, if I live, I will kill you. If I die, you are forgiven. Such is the rule of honor.
All right, welcome to the Frog Show. Before we get into anything, I just want to thank you all for being here. It is absolutely an honor and a privilege to have you as my viewers. I'm honored to fight for America and express my beliefs, trying so desperately to save humanity. All right, so where do we start? Let's start with I've been, in my opinion, beating around the bush a little bit for several episodes. So let's stop doing that. As you all know, I consider Tori, her channel is Tori Says, the Tori Says Show to be exact. She is one of my top sources. And she's just different from all the others. And, you know, one of the things that she is always pointing out is to stop getting distracted. Pay attention to, you know, what's most important. And, yeah, we'll get into some of the distractions like we normally do, because I'll just point them out. But the other thing she also says is to listen to my president. Don't even listen to her. Listen to my president. I know who my president is, so I can guarantee you it's not Mr. Potato Head. So before we get into that, I've got a clip here. So just recently, Tori interviewed an artist that I've actually been watching for quite a while. Back when he was an Uber driver. So here's a clip of his earlier work.
I mean, those are like some of the biggest names, right?
Yeah, like Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny, okay. See, I know a little bit.
I love Bad Bunny.
If I rapped for you, would you tell me if it was bad or not? I know it's weird from an Uber driver, and
Yeah.
I know it sounds cringy, kind of, right? Okay, but. Hey, I think I'm going back. Oh, I already messed up. All right. Yeah, maybe I should keep Uber driving. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hey. I think I'm going back to my old ways. You taking advantage like always. Your albums sound like my throwaways. Think that I'm trusting you, no way. Think I'm turning to a savage again. Hope I don't lose all my passion again. If I don't step up, I'll be back in a sec. Swear I think I should be packing the tech. Living this time behind the enemy lines. Think it'll never be fine. You think that you have in my heart and my loyalty, but you will never be mine. Better be lying, you out of your mind. You really wanna come step to the kid. Right now I really feel like I got nothing to lose, and I feel the pressure and shit. Climbed to the hole, still got my soul. Now I feel like I'm in the second abyss. Taking a toll, go longer to go. Praying to God that he letting me live. Don't make me hit the switch. I'm 50 this, I'm pissed shit. I'll piss the whip, then bleed the fifth. Rollers and reload the clip. I'm so legit, talk shit. You can hold my insane in the membrane. I'm a sensei in a Bentley. Feel like the Canvey. With Tumbo, you Dumbo. I came out of rubble from the struggle, never stumble. You don't know what it takes to be me. You don't even got a chance to beat me. 2020 still, you can't see me. 2020 still, you can't see me. Is that like decent or?
Yeah,
that was great.
That was great. Yeah.
If the fate of my future was in your hands right now, would you tell me to keep driving Uber, or would you tell me to keep rapping, or?
That's how you drop Uber.
Yeah,
keep rapping.
delete that app.
Delete the app.
All right, yeah. So that was High Res, and yeah, like I said, he ended up doing an interview with Tori. I thought that was fucking awesome. Dude's a pretty cool guy, and he's a patriot. He's gonna have 2 more videos featured in this show. Yeah, the show is gonna be very musically oriented. If that makes sense. Anyways, so he just had an album drop recently, and he also did this video. I found a bunch of these, and I decided I wanted to incorporate them, just because, you know, obviously a popular song, and it has, you know, reached a lot of people worldwide, as I've said in the past. And I'd just like to add these people's voices, you know, in an attempt to kind of add to what I'm trying to say. So here is his remix. Once again, high res.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, double time hours, for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here, waste my life away, drag back home and drink my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to, for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
Yeah, the media is doing its job and it's clearly working. Got us arguing over what is a woman when that's just certain. We distracted from the fact that average men and women hurting, but they keep on saying this economy is doing perfect. When I finally get ahead, Uncle Sam bring me back. Caught up in this rat race, they money laundering our tax. They only show you when a white cop gon' shoot a man that's black, and then they'll cancel you and ban you if you start speaking facts. When you can't afford your house and you can't afford a meal, and politicians only care about you every 4 years. Ignore your blood, sweat, and tears. They don't care about how you feel. Evil people want to see the nuclear family disappear.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, double time hours, for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here, waste my life away, drag back home and drink my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to, for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
I heard Oliver singing and like the world I felt his passion. I can't do this beat justice, hope you don't mind the rapping. Government officials in their mansions just laughing, but they only make 100K a year. How'd that happen? I couldn't even get to see my grandma before she died, cause the media was pushing fear to everyone in line. Kept it bottled up inside. Mom and dad got fired. I saw a grown man locked in their houses and take their lives. I saw families divided at the dinner table fighting. If you didn't trust the science, then you probably hate the climate. Wear a mask, wear 12 babies, just a clump of cells. A society with no regard for life is going to hell.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, double time hours, for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here, waste my life away, drag back home and drink my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to, for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. I've been selling my soul, working all day, double time hours, for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here, waste my life away, drag back home and drink my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's got to, for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
Yes, I agree. That being said, before we get going, what up, Jerry? What up, Thule, Justin? I think that's everybody that's new in here. Okay. Constitutional, what's up? All right. So, distractions. What did, yeah. So, the media has got us focused on, you know, we had this F-35 that the pilot ejected from. Now, I don't necessarily think this is a distraction, though it does serve as one. I think it's more of a cover-up, if anything. Triple P is definitely covering this. He's got a video dropping tomorrow. I'd encourage you to watch it. He's a pilot, so he's gonna have a better analysis of shit than someone like myself. But that being said, so the pilot ejected and the plane was on autopilot and in stealth mode, and quite embarrassing for our military to have to ask us to look for their jet for them. But that's part of what we're seeing is the embarrassment of our military and the embarrassment of the people in general. So eventually the plane crashed, right? Let's see if I can find this. Okay, it crashed. They showed, video of where it crashed. They showed that trees had been knocked over. And then, as Triple P pointed out, there's a hole in the ground, and I didn't see any debris really. Like this takes me back to last week when I was talking about 9/11 and planes is just fucking vaporizing. And according to Triple P, that looking at that crash site, it would indicate that the plane was going down at a 90-degree angle. Which is it? If the trees are knocked down, it doesn't add up to me. And they also kept all their jets grounded, which leads me to believe that they were concerned about there being issues with other jets. So I do have a theory, and it's only a theory, because we don't know what the hell happened. Who knows if we ever will. But what I think happened was that jet was compromised. I think the pilot noticed it and ejected. And I think it's quite possible that, China, considering most likely, I've been saying this, all the chips in that jet were probably made in China, was possibly able to hack that jet. So who the hell knows? It might have ejected and the fucker just flew straight to China. Who knows? I don't know. Just a thought. So I did find a clip that I found rather informative.
Military officials are still trying to figure out what went wrong when an F-35 jet crashed in South Carolina during a training exercise this week. Now a South Carolina man has gone viral for his description of what that crash sounded like.
It was a horrible sound.
Well, that plane was one of two F-35s flying at 1,000 feet as they came into land when something went wrong. The pilot safely ejected from the $100 million jet, which then crashed into an empty field. Randolph White says he was in his bathroom shaving when he heard the jet pass overhead and crash into the ground.
And I heard the loud screeching sound. And I said, oh my goodness. Then I heard a boom. And I said, my goodness. I said, the plane flying mighty low. So the thought came to me. I said, well, it might have not have been a plane that low. I hope it wasn't something come out of space.
Well, Mr. White's impressive sound effects have already been turned into a song on social media.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of funny. All right. So, moving on from that. So yeah, Tori says to stop being distracted. So what I think is, some of the more important things that we're trying to, the media is distracting us from. I would say the illegal immigrants that are flooding our border. We're seeing videos like every day, videos of trains full of these guys. they've kind of updated the routes to get into America. They're now building a bridge. They got boats that are just continuously crossing. Whoop, knocking shit over here. And it is a takeover of our country. I mean, fortunately, I saw a video where it's not like it's just Mexicans. It is literally people from almost every single country. India, Indonesia, fucking yeah. So needless to mention, all the fentanyl that our country is being flooded with, death tolls rise, and I believe they're at an all-time high. You know, that's a direct effect from these immigrants flooding. You know, the cartels, they're making billions of dollars because of this administration. Shit, they're probably in bed with this administration. So then, you know, another part of this would be the human trafficking. It's, you know, our border is now basically a human trafficking port. And I didn't continue on with what I was saying. That I saw a video. It was mostly guys from India, and then I don't remember the other country. And they were just asking them, each one. They're all, you know, sitting in the line, and they're asking them one by one where you're from and where you're going to, and they kept saying New York or California. So, I mean, I guess I could look at that as a positive thing that they're going there. Sorry, cons, no offense. So, yeah, that's one of the big things that we're being distracted from. The other thing that we're being distracted from is the fact that our election was stolen. I say that with confidence, and at the same time, a slight concern, because I know for a fact that we're going to start seeing censorship. We're already starting to see it. Censorship is going to get kind of crazy now. This next year, 2024, is going to be fucking nuts. And that's, yeah, we'll get into that. I'm not even really going off my notes yet. One thing I did notice, I took note of last minute, is that apparently The Rock, he lost, the Universal Studios canceled his contract, which, you know, good, fuck him. I had to bring that up because somebody said, I noticed somebody said something about, well, I mentioned him losing his career over the whole Lehana thing. And somebody said that he was back on WWE and the whole crowd was cheering and whatnot. And I'm guessing the thought process was, yeah, nothing's going to happen to him. But that's what happened. So got that out of the way. So it's obvious that the dollar is losing value. This is a, you know, obviously the current administration has done pretty much everything they can to ensure that and lie through their teeth about the state of our economy. But the immigration problem is definitely adding to the economic situation. I would encourage y'all, if you haven't looked recently, take a look at the debt clock. You'll notice that there's BRICS nations are noted in the bottom right corner. Also note that the value, and this has been like this for a while now, the value of gold and silver relating to the US dollar, it's got an asterisk next to it and it says 0. It's things to take note. Things are going to change. We know things are going to change. But you know, they've had to manipulate interest rates, our currency, the stock market, the price of precious metals. You know, I believe that's why a lot of us do stack precious metals, because we believe it's undervalued. And I think we will see the true value in our lifetime. So, yeah, repricing of gold and silver is what I would see. The private central bank is going to destroy the old system. It's in an attempt to bring us into the Great Reset, the Green New Deal, and going digital with central bank digital currency would eventually be the goal. And people can see this shit. You know, people doubt that people are waking up, and I can see it. It's pretty obvious to me. You just check out comment sections, check out articles. You know, the people are speaking. That being said, the deep state is going after, well, journalists. You know, they're going after Benjamin Schroer, Owen Schroer. I think his name's Owen Schroer. You know, Alex Jones. They've been going after, can't remember his name. But it's definitely a thing. And, you know, this takes me to what was posted recently from Ukraine, and our media did go along with it.
Next week, the teeth of the Russian devils will gnash ever harder, and their rabid mouths will foam in uncontrollable frenzy, as the world will see a favorite Kremlin propagandist pay for their crimes. And this puppet of Putin is only the first. Russia's war criminal propagandists will all be hunted down, and justice will be served.
I'm your huckleberry.
Yeah, so you won't be seeing that character anymore, after basically admitting that our tax-paying dollars are going to basically hunting down journalists, American journalists, which has been going on in Ukraine for a while now. Basically, if you speak out, you know, if you go investigate what's going on and you speak out against the narrative, well, then you're obviously with evil Nazi Putin. Now, I'm not trying to defend Putin or anything. It is what it is. You know, there's the reality of what's going on, and then there's the narrative. You know, they've been giving them billions upon billions of dollars for a proxy war when all they're doing is laundering the money back to themselves. You know, they've had to push down the price of gold. If they didn't do that, people would notice that the value of the dollar has been going down. You really think inflation's at 2%? And yes, Justin, I did catch that. Crypto or Bitcoin as well. I actually believe the value of gold and Bitcoin should be about the same. Think about that. So, we look at Canada. The food prices are going up in Canada, and Trudeau wants to blame the stores for raising their prices. And what's his solution? Well, he's going to tax those stores. Well, let's think about that. Does that actually make any damn sense to anybody? It couldn't possibly be, you know, the fact that the price of everything is going up because we're letting our economies go to complete shit. No. It's these evil grocery stores that are raising your prices. Just like, you know, the evil oil refineries that, you know, they're raising their prices. Oil companies, yeah. It's always a blame game with them. They always got to blame somebody else for their failed policies, and that's literally what it is. Just horrible policies. that raise the rates just enough to keep the system from crashing. They're not quite ready to crash it yet. We'll be seeing that going on in 2024. So there is a bill now that has been passed by the Financial Service Committee that will ban CBDC. So we got that there. That's, we'll probably see that come into play down the road, I would imagine, at the right time. Trump is calling out the rhinos to stop the funding. Coming up here at the end of the month, the rhinos are probably not going to do it. This would starve the swamp of their funding. They probably won't, and we're going to see that. This is part of the awakening. The people are waking up. The people are seeing. People are starting to question. When you start to notice how things are fucked up, you want to know why, and you start to look for answers. And that's what the people are doing. So if we did see this, it would prevent the U.S. from funding all the organizations like the WHO, for example. If we went back to sound money, the entire network wouldn't float. This is how you stop the system. Getting rid of the Federal Reserve, getting rid of central banks. Fuck this system. So, I do have a link in the description to a documentary that I came across. I would encourage you all to check it out when you've got a chance. It's a little over an hour. It is from Scotty Films, I think is. You'll know when you click on the link. It doesn't start off with the documentary right away. It is one of his, typical videos, and then after his video, then the documentary starts up. Kind of caught me by surprise. I didn't actually realize it right away, because his videos are usually like 5 to 7 minutes, something like that. But the documentary is about 4 brothers. Maybe one of you guys have heard of these guys. I never heard of them. A little bit before my time. They're called the Brunson brothers, and basically they decided that, well, they believe, much like many of us. It's kind of funny when you're shamed to not talk about something. If you want to investigate something, well, you're blocked from doing so. We can see that with Carrie Lake, though she's fighting. So these brothers, they decided that they wanted to sue Congress. And here is the beginning of the documentary, get you a little idea of what we're talking about here.
I want to talk to you about a very interesting case that's heading to the Supreme Court.
SCOTUS is actually revisiting the
Brunson v. Alma case.
This is so amazing that this court case made it to the Supreme Court.
Your case has the Patriot World
in a tailspin. People are very excited about it.
This case is significant.
Who's arguing that case right now? Lloyd Brunson.
He's doing something consistently.
You're one of the people that's taken
action, doing something.
You've literally served our country in this effort. Talk about the Brunson brothers.
The Brunson brothers.
You and your brothers are going to hold them to account.
They will be bringing evidence and information to show that
Congress failed to do its duty in investigating election fraud.
Do you think this is the wild card? The Brunson case is the wild card?
Well, I pointed this out 3 years ago. This was going to happen.
What does everyone need to know about this case?
It alleges they broke their oath in office by voting against a proposition for members of Congress to investigate claims that enemies of the Constitution rigged the 2020 election.
They made an oath to protect America from all enemies, foreign and domestic, and then they didn't abide by it.
It doesn't seem like it's a real story. This has the potential to change everything.
This would completely change the U.S. government.
Never before have we seen the Supreme Court have as much power.
I guess they'll have to tell 380 plus members of Congress to step down.
It would not only remove them from office, but it would make them ineligible for running for office at any level of the U.S. government ever again for the rest of their lives.
You're over 2/3 right there of people in Congress that would be removed from power. And who knows if there's any criminal charges that would come to these people.
Not only that, but it would actually restore Trump to office because he would have been the legitimate candidate.
These guys are like in the twinkling of an eye, the last trumpet, and there's references in the Bible, and what you're doing is literally like biblical.
Are you the one that pioneered this whole thing out of the brothers? Are you the one in charge, can we say?
No, our brother Darren pioneered this whole thing.
So yeah, I found that documentary pretty interesting, which is why I'm recommending it. Once again, there's a link in the description. Yeah, I'm going through this kind of fast here. So add a little bit of humor. Obviously, I am solo tonight.
Hey, you ain't never had the fast investigation. You ain't never had the bad one to date you. You a bad bitch, daddy got spank you. My nigga fresh out the pen, he might shake you. Stand though, I don't ride with no stock clips. If you chill with the ops, you getting shot with.
All right, so yeah, there's a lot of music. Obviously, a little bit of music at the beginning of that documentary. 4 brothers playing trumpets. I don't know. I never heard of those guys. I'm curious. I'll eventually check. So we got this next video or remix is by Merkel. Check it out.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
So many years of ignoring the truth, so many tears I let go in this booth. I'm drinking this beer and I'm doing these drugs just to numb all this pain. I don't know what to do. It's not just me, only you and I know that I've been so in debt that I'm suicidal. I'm so used to being used that I don't use my head and instead I just use a bottle. But in so many hours we'll never get back just to collect this check that they turn into tax. Maybe next time I can show up to class. You teach them the truth and they learn about that. We carry this country, it's hurting our backs. The government fucks us, we're working for scraps. No matter what, we're determined to crash. Let's purge for a purpose and earn it all back. They'll make you a promise and let you down. Plus these countries are run by some pedophiles. And me, I refuse to just sit around while they're teaching our children this shit out loud. They told us to shut up and wear a mask. Just take this vaccine to take care of that. On this highway to hell, I've been there and back. I can't fit all this shit in a paragraph. Fuck.
Selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
It's a why it's the drugs that are killing our kids and we do nothing about it. It is what it is. Not sorry, I'm seriously sick of this shit. I just packed up and moved, now I live in the sticks. Thanks to Big Pharma, we get withdrawal, and the whole world is hooked on this fentanyl. Be careful or you might be dead tomorrow. Yeah, we're working away at their beck and call. If they saw this, they tell you that this is a stretch. But why are we letting them get in our heads? How is the veterans living in tents? Cause the cycle is proven to bring us to death. Like, what is the reason we waited this long to admit this is all population control? Take one look around, this shit's taking its toll. But I'm saying fuck it, I'm breaking the mold. I promise I'm not being passive aggressive. I'm actually fed up, I'm passing a message. I'm trying to say that they have an agenda, and we just ignore all the facts that they give us. Indigenous women go missing, and what, we're supposed to ignore it and sit on our thumbs? It's not by the left or the right or the middle. I'm going to war, I will not keep it civil. Fuck that.
Working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away. Drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
I kind of wish that last part would have stayed up a little bit longer. That's part of everything we've been going through since this started. For all for them to have control, all for them to win an election. How many fucking families have been ruined? How many people are struggling through depression, struggling with addiction? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't one of them. And thankfully, the community has gotten me through a lot, whether they know it or not. Yeah, Thule, that was actually the one video I didn't add, but I'm glad you dig it. That actually wants me to. I'm going to go straight to our POWs. I believe this needs awareness.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a January 6th political prisoner rotting away in horrible conditions? January 6th patriots are subject to cruel and unusual punishment every day and kept imprisoned for nearly 3 years without trial. These American heroes have to survive inhumane conditions where they lack basic food nutrients, clothing, and hygiene. Joe Biden's corrupt Department of Justice and FBI Gestapo has been making sure the families of these brave patriots are suffering as well. The breadwinner has been ripped out of the home, and these young families are being extorted thousands of dollars a year to keep up with commissary costs for their J6 prisoner. Many families have been completely devastated, missed mortgage payments, and kicked out of their homes, and even the family car repossessed. The ongoing battle these families face to stay afloat and support their loved ones in prison is in desperate need of our help. You can now sponsor a January 6th family to help support them in their greatest time of need. Sponsor J6.com is a new organization started by January 6th political prisoner for 965 days, Jake Lang, ensuring 100% of funds made go to Patriots commissary accounts. By becoming a sponsor of a J6 family, you can ensure one of the nearly 200 currently incarcerated J6 prisoners is properly clothed and fed. Sign up today to give the vital help these families need and make a real impact in the lives of our POWs. Head to sponsorj6.com and support our patriots.
So yeah, support our patriots, support one another. This is a war we're in. And it's important for us to support each other because, I see morale not doing so well. It's understandable. We had to see this. Well, it's not so much for us. We already saw this shit. But things are very crystal clear at this point. It's not for us. It's for the rest of. It's for everybody else. They're not going to have a choice but to wake the fuck up. As things continue to get worse and worse for them, they're going to reach the precipice. So Trump mentioned how the shutdown would be important for the rhinos if there's an if there's an exemption in Ukraine, because Ukraine is not a critical part of government. Training Ukrainian soldiers is not critical. So, you know, if that was cut off, the people would see that there is no war in Ukraine. The war's over. Russia already fucking won. But that doesn't fit their narrative, because they got to keep funneling money. It's all it's been. It's all been about money laundering. So there's nuclear weapons testing sites in U.S. and China and Russia. They've all been newly expanded. Experts say it hints that detonations could resume. This is based off of satellite imagery. Trump keeps saying that we're headed toward World War III. Now, this brings me back to what Tory said, is to listen to your president. I believe he's walking us through this shit. You know, now we've got China, who's threatening Taiwan, which Trump has also mentioned would happen around the start of the Ukraine war. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen with that. I believe we'll see this in 2024. 2024, Sarge calls it the year of Mordor. I'm going to call it the year of the precipice. So let's go back to Canada. We have people in the streets chanting, "Leave the children alone." There's people that will not give up. People like Trump, people like Kari Lake, myself included. I'm not going to give up. This is a war, and if we lose this war, it's all over. It's all fucking over. There will be no peace. That's the end. I mean, with Kari Lake, for example, you know, why would they prevent an investigation of elections? Obviously, because they're guilty. It's not the election of the Secretary of State. It's not the election of the governor. It's the election of the people. So we should be able to have transparency. There shouldn't be a question about that. Instead, they want to fucking arrest us for questioning that. Well, they can't fucking arrest all of us. And for example, there's 10 different types of ballots that were used in Arizona's elections. That's something that has been proven. There's only one approved type of paper for these ballots. So obviously there's something going on there. But you know, they're going to do it all again. And I'm going to explain this a little bit. We've got an election coming up. And, well, maybe I shouldn't get ahead of myself here. Fuck it. So we've got an election coming up, and they're going to do all the same shit that they did last time. They're going to try to come out with a new virus, try to get lockdowns, try to have mail-in ballots, all the same shit that they pulled last time. But you see, the thing is, we know how they did it. We already know their fucking playbook. And I do believe that this is where Space Force plays a role. Because up until 2022, Space Force was not under Posse Comitatus. So that means they were able to basically spy on everything. I mean, the capabilities that Space Force has, I'm sure they can literally see everything. So I believe that they watched what was going on during the elections. And they've got everything. Trump said we have everything before he left office. The thing is, it's about optics. You can't just be like, oh, we got everything. You know, Trump comes in with the military and fucking stops it all. The optics for that would be, you know, this is a coup. The people would not be willing to accept it. So he had to allow the resident to take office. So the people could see exactly what they are going to do. And eventually they'll get to the point that, like I said, they don't have a choice but to wake the fuck up. So they're panicked. They are very panicked. They wouldn't be, you know, going after Trump as hard as they can. They wouldn't be going after, you know, journalists. They wouldn't be coming after us. You know, they're insisting that we're extremists, that we're terrorists. Fuck them. They've been gaslighting us for fucking years now. They've been calling us this shit for so fucking long. To allow that to dictate, you know, what you do and what you think, that's not an option. We should be used to the ridicule already, because it's not going to stop. And they're fucking panicked. They're not stupid. They see the polls. I think it was some 67% of Democrats don't think that we should be sending more money to Ukraine. So they can see the polls. They know they're fucking getting their asses kicked. And what are they going to do? They're going to push and push. You know, these are criminals. We're not going to get to a point where they're like, oh shit, okay, you caught us. They're going to continue to lie, and they're going to continue to cause chaos until the fucking bitter end. You know, they see that the people are waking up, and they see that, well, yeah, it's an obvious, brain fart, an obvious two-tier justice system. So, you know, what did they do? They decided to bring gun charges up on Hunter, thinking, oh, well, that'll trick them. No, that's not fooling us. And then they decided to press charges against Ray Epps, you know, the guy who was literally inciting violence, encouraging people to go into the building, all captured. And they haven't said shit about him. They've been protecting him. When everybody else is getting arrested, they're showing their hand. And it's not fucking fooling us. So we will move on to our next. You guys are going to hate this song by the time we're done with this. But it's just kind of the theme for tonight. So next video is going to be Burden.
Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gone to from people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Hey, it is.
Yeah, I know it's a shame. You smiling, holding the pain. You working, they holding you pay. As a fat, it's a taxes to make it so you can't relax. And you broke at the end of the day. It's always the same. They send it all to Ukraine. Our children that long to be saved. Look what they doing. Our country is soon to be ruined. They screwing the home of the brave. Who do we blame? The news won't take it the truth. Delusional fools do remain. Got the principles of a Christian who you know can never be used for their games. We're used to the games. It's time to wake up America. Here to remove the restraints. They got us in chains. Better keep God close and be united again for a change.
Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gone to from people like me and people like you. wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gone to. For people like me and people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
Yeah, you know what I hate? The way veterans don't get a break after putting their life on the line. They come back to the States and depression is racing. Need help so they won't contemplate suicide. Addiction rates higher than ever. People ashamed for just trying to get better. Alcoholism been calling in victims. This sickness will leave our relationships severed. No, this ain't no joke. On social media, why is everything woke? Wanted Biden, but now they're regretting they votes. Bet you agree Trump was better than most. I just pray that we never surrender our hope. Innocent folks been paying the price. Can't afford groceries and keeping no lights. Paying more for less and no, none of it's right. It's time to stand up together and fight.
Damn shame what the world's gone to. For people like me and people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gone to. For people like me and people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
So people doubt the plan. We're literally watching the plan work. The people had to see, which they're seeing. We had to vote. That's what we did. We voted. That was our part in 2020. You think they didn't cheat in 2016? They did. We just overwhelmed the shit out of them. And with people waking up, how the fuck do you think they're going to win 2024? And you look at Trump's polls, all the people, all the Democrats that live in these shitholes that are suffering, that now have to deal with a shitload of illegal immigrants, and they're not happy about that. All we have to do is vote. You overwhelm the system again. How do you think they're going to deal with 200 million fucking votes? Another thing I failed to mention was that Zelensky is asking Trump for a peace agreement to end the war with Russia instead of waiting for the 2024 results. Just something to keep in mind. So now we've got Harris is getting led to the executive level gun control office, which is going to be all about gun violence control. Breaking the Constitution. This will be obvious. If a government can suspend your rights, if a government can suspend your rights anytime it deems something as a crisis, then you don't have rights. You have permissions. We have a beautiful Constitution that our founding fathers created for us. And we were told that we would have to fight for them. So this is that fight. We are at war. We all have to play our parts. We all have to, do our best to keep morale up. So just 2 days ago, Biden sent another $325 million in weapons to Ukraine. I already said that war is over. The media and the current administration have to keep this narrative going. The truth is, if the Ukraine army was forced to continue, there would be a mutiny. They aren't willing to die anymore. This doesn't fit their narrative. It's just laundering money like it has been the whole time. So, an interesting thing, Zelensky asked Marie, I'm gonna probably butcher this name, Marina Abramovich, where am I? asked her to be ambassador for Ukraine. You might remember this chick. She does spirit cooking with human bodies, with Hollywood and whatnot. Excuse me, part of the Epstein cult. He just wants her voice to help rebuild the schools, which, boy, that's got to be kind of embarrassing for the people of Ukraine. But, coincidentally, Hillary Clinton just set up shop with her global initiative over in Ukraine. They're clearly looking to involve themselves in the ashes of Ukraine. So the Obamas and the Clintons are now in view. It's always the same people. Always the same people doing this shit. If you pay attention. So the government shutdown is going to be important. Like I said, the training of Ukrainian troops is not a critical aspect of government. So I left out, let's see here. Banners. I left out the fucking crazy liberal assholes of the week segment. So let's move on to that. All right, first clip. Yeah, these ones. Okay, one was a TikTok. Yeah, we'll go with that one first.
Early this year, I came out as gay to my husband.
And insufferable.
Soon to be ex, and he had the sweetest and most amazing reaction. And this is what he said. What did you say?
I said that I was so proud of you, and that was the bravest thing I've seen.
And that he likes to watch.
And now we are going our own separate ways, and we're about to put this house on the market. And that's all she wrote. You like my ex-husband?
How about new?
What a fucking cuck. And I actually did a little bit of looking into this, and it actually seems like it's a trend for these lunatics. Yeah, let's get married, and then, oh, guess what, honey? I'm gay, and I'm going to take half your shit. Next one, this is one of those videos that came up sideways. I don't know, I still can't figure out why that is happening. But it doesn't really matter. All you got to do is hear what this idiot is saying.
Woke. To me, the opposite of woke is being asleep. And if woke means I can't get behind Trump, which is what I think it means, or that I support people who want to be transgender, or I'm for the vaccine, well, dude, call me woke as you fucking want. I'm not for stupidity. I ran out Friday morning. I was over at CVS. Thank you, CVS. I went over there 9 a.m. and got myself that new vaccine for COVID.
Well, congratulations, Howard Stern. You're such a badass. Just really sticking it to the man. I'll go get my next COVID shot. Jesus Christ. Yeah. He thinks he's against stupidity. All right. So I believe I ranted enough here. We're at an hour and 5 minutes. We could kind of wrap this up, and then I guess maybe just hang out and talk for a little bit. I don't know if anybody realized I don't have a drink here. So we'll go on to the last of these remixes. This next one we got is Chris Webby. I really like this one. Well, I like them all, but yeah, he's been talking about, he's not just jumping on a bandwagon. If you know who this dude is, he's been preaching this shit forever.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an old soul. The rich man north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Yeah, give me freedom or give me death. To that we pledge allegiances. We the people had enough. It's time we aired our grievances against these treasonous demons. So raise the alarm, cause the pigs are fully taking over on this animal farm. Don't know anymore. This world's gotten too cold to ignore. Shit, is it 2023 or 1984? Thought police up at my door to open fire on me, but I'd rather die on my feet than survive on my knees. And please, we know how they looking at us from up at the top. The tougher they made it for us, the fucking tougher we got. They thought they'd keep us scared forever, but fuck it, we not. We'll send them back to north of Richmond in some cuffs or a box.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an old soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Behind the politicians, there's a far more sinister villain that's power-driven. Only answer to money is their religion. They controlling the way that we live in, keeping us mentally stuck in a prison, so that the fire they know is rebellion never can spread whenever it's risen. But they've been seeing us waking up, and now they fucking afraid. As we the people get to seeing through their fucking charade. We're being played by these elites who would rather see us enslaved, as they lead us by the hand where the land's dug with a grave. And they could kill our character through stories they publish, or they'll just murder us and brand it as suicide to the public, or an accidental overdose. Print the story, run it, say it's fact so people trust it, accept it, and move on from it. But it's time to pick a side and get to striking a nerve. And any way we're able, I'm fighting this fight with my words. And if they keep pushing, then fuck it, we inciting the purge. And just to think, all we wanted was the rights we deserve.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the world with an old soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. Your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, cause the red's men, cause the red's men.
All right. So we're getting to the end here. I didn't come up with a prayer, so I'll just wing it. That'll be after these next clips. And this is a little something that Tori just recently put out, and I like to think it kind of goes with what I'm talking about.
Throughout our history, the American spirit has always been defined not just by its leaders, but its citizens. The everyday heroes who rise time and time again to answer the call of duty. And this time, it's not just in the trenches of battlefields or distant shores. It's in the corridors of courthouses, on the phone, with the folds of letters and amidst the pages of affidavits. America has always been ready for justice, for transparency, and for the voice of the people to be heard. It's a testament to our great nation that when the Government Accountability Office, the GAO, was inundated with reports of fraud, waste, and abuse, it was the people that caused it to shut down their submission site. It wasn't just a few who were speaking out. It was many. This isn't just participation, it's devotion to the essence of a democratic republic that lies in the struggle, the push, the pull, the never-ending combat between complacency and engagement. And the people are the warriors in that battle, armed not with swords and shields, but with pens, papers, and the indomitable might of their conviction. These are not just the stories of lawyers or politicians, but of moms, dads, grandmas, granddads, high school kids, high school dropouts, musicians, artists, and everyday workers. These are the people who, though they may not have any formal training in the law, have immersed themselves in the intricacies out of shared love and commitment to this country. They've reminded us that service goes beyond the uniform. Service is about being there for your community, for your fellow Americans, and ensuring that the principles we hold dear are upheld for everyone, even those we might disagree with. It is in these moments of adversity, of challenging times, that the true character of a people shines the brightest. And as you all look around, you see a nation ablaze with passion, commitment, and resolve to ensure that the America we know and love continues to flourish for generations to come. The pursuit of Ken Paxton, the countless court battles, and the unwavering belief in a system that, although flawed at times, is ours and worth fighting for. That's the embodiment of the American spirit. It's a spirit that refuses to be... It's a spirit that refuses to be subdued, that rises every time it's challenged, and that continues to inspire generations.
I do solemnly swear that I will
support and defend the Constitution. That I will support and defend the
Constitution of the United States.
La Constitución de los Estados Unidos.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith
and allegiance
to the same. That I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge
of the office on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Where we go one, we go all.
Where we go one, we go all.
To all that have taken the oath, uniformed or not, know this: your service, your dedication, and your love for this great nation will never go unnoticed. Remember your oath, fellow Americans, and never forget the power you wield when united in purpose and spirit. We are writing history, and it will be kind to us because we are writing it.
All right. So that's pretty much it. We're going to end in prayer, and then I'll have one last song to finish it off with. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your blessings. Yet, we pray for the strength and the courage to continue on with this battle, this war between good and evil. Give us the strength to put on the full body of armor and stand our ground. And we also pray that you be with those who are in need, those who are struggling. We all need you, Lord. Amen. Thank you all for stopping by. I will be chilling a little bit after this.
Amen. Amen. I've been lost and so afraid. Give me purpose, guide my way. Amen. Amen.
If I was the devil, I'd make kids question their gender, make them normalize sexual offenders. I'd make sinning seem cool and God seem like a fool, and tell people his commandments are a bunch of stupid rules that are meant to be broken. The demons I've awoken would be at the award shows right out in the open. I control all celebrities and words that they've spoken, make them think I'm God, I'm the real one that's chosen, make them hate religion and abandon their traditions. I put hidden messaging in all the movies for the children. I would pick the worst people in the world as politicians, carrying out my decisions, working for me on my mission. Cause division in your families, normalize blasphemy, confuse the world, make them live inside a false reality, have them glued to their phones, feeling sad and alone, have them trusting Dr. Fauci and hating Robert Malone. Amen, amen. I've been lost and so afraid, give me purpose, guide my way. Amen, amen. Help me see another day, oh Lord, to you I pray. Amen. If I was the devil, I'd put cheating in the movies. I'd make artists praise me like Sam Smith and Lil Uzi. I'd normalize being unhealthy and call it beauty. I would make sure everybody knew me and pursued me. I would make them all fight when they're about to unite. Make the whites hate the blacks and the blacks hate the whites. Kids will choose fame, have them blinded by my light. I will have them all thinking that the darkness seemed bright, and that good seemed evil, and that evil seemed right. They should all feel my wrath and just laugh at God's smite. Infiltrate Big Pharma, make the cure really harm you. I'd control the food supply and sabotage all the farmers. But I ain't the devil, I'm a God-fearing man. All I had to do was change the person in the mirror, fam. I kick Satan out the car, I know God's steering, man. Every single time I pray, I know God hear it, man. Amen. Amen. I've been lost and so afraid, give me purpose, guide my way. Amen, amen. Help me see another day, oh Lord, to you I pray. Amen.
Once again, thank you all. I really appreciate your time. It means a lot to me. I appreciate the participation. Fucking Triple P. Oh, God. You guys crack me up. So, I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Yeah, it's a little different for me, not drinking here. But it is what it is. I've got other options, I suppose. All right. What up, Joseph? Hey, Joseph. You ever want to hop on the stream? You sent me that email, and I thought, it would be best for you to, say it yourself. Just a thought. If you do want to hop on, if anybody wants to hop on, the link for the StreamYard is in the description. Everybody's welcome. I mean, I can only fit so many people on, but we can definitely have more than one person. And thank you guys for the encouragement. I'm definitely not the best at articulating myself. I know that much. But I do put a decent amount of time and effort into putting these shows together. It's actually pretty difficult for me because my brain just goes all over the place, and there's so much damn information. You gotta have it somewhat organized. And I honestly, I got totally off track. I actually got pretty mixed up tonight, but I played it off. Oh, let's see here. What do we got? Only part of survivors, weapons, survivors, a mindset. Correct. Want to design a clone that smells like sweat, blood, pussy, whiskey, dirt, and spent gunpowder. Interesting. I can't. I'm on iPhone, and I have my phone so encrypted that I can't join StreamYard. Okay. All right. Not sure how that works, but let's take a look-see here. So I've got these tiny fucking microscopic flies. Well, they're not microscopic, but from behind my PCS case there. I'm checking to see if I got any random shit here. Oh yeah. The show is sponsored by 4 Patriots.
Dude. Well, I got some of that hornyisms for patriotisms, boys. And I like to see all of the right people being upset. All of the right disgusting goofballs being super duper upset while they scream, climate change! Oh my God, this climate change. They are going to kill you. They're going to kill you. Let's do our 4 Patriots right off the bat tonight because they're going to kill you. Head over to 4 Patriots, lads. While you still can. While you got the inner zones. Because you won't have the inner zones because they want to kill you. They want... You have what's called weather. Just regular, good old-fashioned weather. It's rain. It's wind. Sometimes it's hot. And there's aspects of global climate warfare going on. They're hitting us with laser beams. They're activating HARP. They're doing all kinds of crazy shit. So yeah, you're going to get some tsunamis in fucking winter or I don't know, drought. And it's going to be wonky. It's going to be wonky. But they want to exacerbate things. They will kill you. They want to kill you. And so when it rains a little bit, they're doing everything. They're jamming up the causeways. They're fucking up the aqueducts. They ain't going to maintain anything because they want a little bit of precipitation to ass fuck you. They want everything broken. Your power lines, your power structure, the grid, everything. They want it all broken. So, they ain't going to maintain shit. Build Back Butter is all about stealing shit. Get yourself a power generator. They got a whole wide range over here at 4 Patriots. You can get a small one, you get a big one, you get a fucking one that'll run your fucking house. It's insane. But I would suggest getting a power backup. Power backup. And then flip it on them. Say, fuck you! Fuck you! I will eat a shit ton of meat. I'll eat a fuck ton of meat. I'll make climate change even worse. I'll make global warming fucking happen. I will eat meat and spray motherfucking Aquanet into the atmosphere to make the fucking sun hotter. Because I got solar panels in the back. I got solar panels, motherfucker! And I will use it to light up my flag. My American flag, my Gadsden flag, and my fuck you, come get some of this flag! Anyway, 4patriots.com, boys. Promo code SALTY. Save yourself a little bit of money. 10% off your first purchase over here. Oh, yeah. Get it done. Get it done while you eat the fucking steak. I want some steak, motherfuckers. Come get some of this. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely recommend, obviously having a generator. I would also recommend having an electric generator or a solar power generator, excuse me. For one, it's quiet. And for two, my thinking is if it's a serious shit hits the fan scenario, the supply chain is going to be completely stopped. So the gas and the diesel, it's only going to be available for so long. Dude, so he's funny as... Dude, he's fucking hilarious. But, yeah, I mean, it is quiet, and that is something that I've always kind of mentioned, in a shit hits the fan scenario, that loud generator might be attracting unwanted attention. What do we got here? 2 is 1 and 1 is more. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because I do believe we're going to get to a point where they have to shut down everything. You know, the what is it? The World Economic Forum. They've already warned about cyber attack, and yes, a cyber attack could shut down our grid. And I believe that's what they will do when things get to a certain point. Basically, their biggest tactic is deceiving the American people. And, you know, information is coming out. And like I've been saying, more and more people are waking up to what the fuck is going on here. And they have to control the narrative. Well, they've taken, you know, pretty much everything they've done, we've watched backfire on them. And what do? They just create more chaos. I mean, look at the fucking train wreck in Ohio, for example. Look at Lahane. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right. We already went over that last week. I sent you an email. Okay, you're talking to Triple P. No power equals no gas. Most pumps are electric. Yep, that's a great point. Try again. I didn't even think of that. But yeah. So yeah, that brings me back to solar power generator. If you spend the right amount of money, you can power up your whole fucking house. I wouldn't really advise doing that. You can, well, I would recommend using as little energy as possible. You never know how many cloudy days you're going to get, but they can. I don't have the specs on me. I actually could go grab that. Let's take a trip. All right, what do we got here? Gotta head out. All right, Craig. Yeah, have a good night. Thank you, and God bless. We'll have either 2,400 gallons of propane or diesel at my house. So that's fucking good. Let's see here. No, yeah, that's right. To put it spread out. Yeah, fuck it. So it doesn't look like anybody wants to hop on. What the hell is this? No, yeah, don't do that. Yeah, no shit. If you guys don't know SSR, follow. Let's see here. If somebody could grab his link, well, I'll just do this first. Before I do that, and granted, there's a whole 13 people in here. There. If y'all ain't subscribed to Tuli, give her a sub. We're trying to get her to 1,000. And then I'll go like that. And then there's SSR, give him a sub 2. Been back and forth with him on our videos, or on each other's videos, for well over a year. Actually, when we first started talking, it was about gardening. He was planting his potatoes, and I also decided to plant potatoes. That was a very bad crop for me. But his turned out great. Yeah, no problem. You are welcome, Tuli. So yeah, nobody wants to chat, eh? Because, you know, honestly, after getting done with one of these streams, it's like, yeah, I just talked about everything I've been thinking about or putting together for the last 2 days, and fucking brain's fried. Damn. Yeah, I would agree. Old OTG. Half troll. Yeah, I caught that earlier. I am aware. That's why I totally dig you hanging around. Too bad 79 didn't show up. Kind of a bummer. Let's see here. Let me dick around with something here. Huh, that was weird. Yeah, I'm sure, I'm sure they do owe that guy. OTG. Get used to saying that. I can be saying it out loud. Right on, Triple P. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Like I said, I don't really have shit to talk about. I already said just about everything. So, thank you guys for stopping in, all 13 of you. Oh yeah, and there's a link for Triple P's video. Check that out tomorrow. He's been covering the, what the fuck is it, the F-35 that went missing. Yeah. It's one less thing I gotta think about looking into if I know Triple P's looking into it. Let's see here. All right. Well, have a good night, everybody. Keep stacking and God bless.